I am going to hit record. Again, my name is Kerry. I'm the Market Center Tech Trainer here for KW Honolulu. Super happy, like Command is awesome and we're doing great things moving forward. But today, definitely wanted to spend some time to spotlight, what else can we do to brand ourselves and do things out there. And so we have Daniel Ulu, our ALC Tech chair. He's going to be talking about Instagram. So we're super excited to have him do that. Super excited to have you guys join us today. So thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and happy Aloha Friday. I think Carrie and I wanted to do something different this Tech Friday other than Command and kind of bring more value to your social media. I know a lot of you and myself too, when I first started real estate, we struggled with Instagram and Facebook. It's very complex. And the main thing was just getting it set up and setting up your profile to optimize it to where you can use all the features available to you. And sometimes you don't really know the features and how to use it. And so today we want to talk about and show you just a simple process on how to get your profile started. And from there, once we start your profile, we can move on to our next class, which will be sometime in a few weeks, talking more into depth about the Instagram features that they have to offer. So let me just share my screen. Carrie, can I share my screen on my?
Yes, you can.
Okay. One second. All right, let's see. Okay, so today's topic is how to optimize your Instagram profile, because we want to get leads from Instagram. I hate cold calling. I hate calling people. And so I use Instagram, and it's a testimony to me. I can say last year alone through Instagram, I probably made over $30,000 in GCI. And that's a fact because most of my leads actually come from Instagram. And because of the certain things that I did to my profile, the marketing, I was able to build my brand through Instagram. And so I want to share some of these, hacks that you can do for your Instagram as well. The reason why we use Instagram, so some quick stats that we want to go over is, so basically 80% of Instagram users follow at least one business. And only, if you think about it, only 14% of realtors are actually on Instagram. And so I can say now more real estate agents are on Instagram, but how many of those agents are actually active and using it? I can say probably a small percentage of that. And most of our home buyers are actually coming from Instagram. And they, a lot of them look through your profile. They always look at the photos that you post, the listings that you post, the just solds and so forth. And, there's a lot of potential in terms of, marketing through Instagram, using the features like paid marketing as well, or you can use organic marketing through just posting stories or posting your just listed or just sold posts as well. So if you guys have any questions, just feel free to stop me while I go through the slides. So there's a lot of discussion on whether you should use a business or personal profile. I see sometimes people using both profiles. I've done that in the past. But I can always say that, if you have a personal profile right now, switch it to a business profile. The reason being is because the business profile through Instagram has a lot more features, advantages, to where you can, analyze your viewers, who's following you, the demographics. You can see the engagement on each content that you post. You also have the ability to promote your Instagram posts through the paid advertisement, as well as through Command. Through Command, you can use that to boost up your posts as well. Can you have both? I always say no. The reason being is, so a few years ago, I say 2 years ago, I had my personal, and then I also had a professional profile. I felt it was very confusing, a lot more work I had to do. So every time I would have to post on my professional, I would have to go and repost it on my personal. And then I have the same followers, so they're kind of seeing like two posts at one time. And so I felt like it was just very redundant, and a lot of, I got some feedback from people, and they're like, oh, you just posted that. And I was like, oh no, that was my professional account, my business profile. And so, after talking to other agents and social media gurus, they said just to have one profile, which is your business, if you're a business in business, and just use that. And you can just share your personal experiences on your business profile as well as your business as well. And so if you have a personal, convert it over to business. If you have both, I would choose one and just keep it at business and then delete the other one. However, it's my personal preference, but again, I felt it was a lot easier just to manage one profile. If you have a team, that's a little bit different. So if you have a team, you can have a team profile and then also your personal as well. So if you have a team with agents, then you can have agents, added to that team profile to monitor it, and as well as keeping your personal as well. So it all depends. I'm a solo agent, and so I prefer just having one profile. Any questions on that, guys? Okay, no questions. So how do you make the switch? Right now, if you have a personal profile, basically you just go up here, it's 3 lines, see the settings, come down to your account, and then you switch to, it's gonna ask you to switch to personal, switch to business. Once you make the switch, you can always switch back if you change your mind. So don't feel like, it's a one-time thing and then you can never go back, but you can always switch back. Now, getting into nitty-gritty of the bio template. This is probably the most important part of your Instagram profile. This is what attracts your followers. This is the first thing that they see when they go on your profile. And so I'm going to break down the template and how you should, set up your profile. However, this is mine, and you would create one catered to you, your brand, what you like, and also what you specialize in. So if you do short sales, you can put something on here. If you do foreclosures, have it catered to your brand. Yeah? And so coming down to, let's start with the username. So username is not the same thing as your name. So these two are totally different. So here's your username, and this is your name. Your username should be unique, simple, but stands out. So say you want to give someone, your access, give them, you want to tell them where to go to find your profile. If you have your username as, say, Bootylicious Girl, something like that, and it's a long, unprofessional name, I would probably change that. Change it to something, that someone can easily find you. That brand, either it can be your brand name, it can be your first and last name. It could be an alteration with your first name. It could be a nickname that everyone knows you by. Just stay away from these names that are, way too long and just not, in align with your brand. Yeah. Coming down to just your name right here. If you're a team, you can put your team here, your team name, or you can just put your name if you're a solo agent. That's fine too. And then coming down to your bio section right here. So your bio section is only up to 4 lines. And so you only have 150 characters to tell the world about you. And so remember, this is the first thing that a potential non-follower would see when they go on your profile. And so you want to make the first, the best impression. And so the first line, you should identify who you are right here. If I sell real estate, I sell real estate only in Hawaii. This is kind of like my motto. I like to tell people to buy, sell, invest, and repeat, and do the same thing all over again. I go down to the third line. I kind of want to go into the personal part of me. So, I'm a dog dad. I love dogs. And then I also have another business that I want to try to promote here, which is my packing and shipping company. And then the fourth line, which is the call of action. This is where you want to direct your someone who's viewing your page to go to. So I say, I want to put my website here. And so, if someone wants to search for homes, all they have to do is click here. And then you see, this is a shortened link of my actual website, which is www.theuluteam.com. And so I'll show you how you can get this link. So say you know, you have a long website name like, you know, Hoy, www.hoyloves, you know, beautifulhomes.com. That's a little bit too long. And so you want to shorten that link as much as possible. And so there's a website that you can go to help you do that. And then next thing is your photo. So yeah, they can do a self photo of yourself or logo of your team or, you know, your brand. The one thing about the team and logo as your, you know, as your photo is just make sure that the logo fits into that circle. There's certain websites you can do to get it to fit perfectly. I know I've seen some some profiles to where the logo was like cut off or like it was very blurry, it didn't look right. And so just make sure you get that logo fit perfectly right in that circle. If you can't, just use a photo of yourself. And then coming down to story highlights, which we'll go over in a few slides coming up. Okay. Any questions on this Instagram bio template? I'm going to actually go more into detail on the next slide too as well.
Okay. You know, Daniel, before you go on, Mickey had a great question, you know, because she's getting started. And so, you know, I mean, setting up her Facebook and the campaigns in Command, and she was talking about, you know, what should she focus on, that or Instagram, and how that maybe differs or is the same?
Or either, you know, campaigning on Instagram or Facebook? Which one is best option?
She might have just asking, you know, where should she focus? And if Mickey, and in the chat, Mickey, if that's a campaign question, that's great clarity for you. Just what I've noticed, and Daniel, if you have something additional to share, I think it's more if you're talking about campaigns between the two platforms. What I've heard and seen is the Instagram would be a little bit more younger audience. Facebook, I think right in layers, Facebook is maybe going the way of MySpace, and now it's Instagram and TikTok and different things, right?
Yeah, I would say that too. Instagram tends to be a more younger audience, and Facebook would be more of a little bit of both. But I do see a shift of the younger audience coming off of Facebook and being more on Instagram. And that's just from what I see. But yeah, that's correct, Carrie. Okay, coming down to, so this is your Instagram bio template, and we're just going to break it down a little bit more. So this is the foundation of your bio template. And if you can't take notes, that's fine. We're going to send you guys, email you guys a copy of this presentation as well. So the foundation of your bio, again, starts with your name. Either you're a solo agent or team. Line 1 is, what do you do and where do you do it? So you do real estate, obviously, but what part of Oahu do you specialize in? So, or what specialty are you in? So my specialty is the West Oahu, Kapolei, Makakilo, and so maybe I would want to put real estate agent West Oahu. You can be creative. There's a lot, you can put here, but this describes, your profession, your brand, yeah? The second line would be your personal info. So you want to kind of mix, especially if you're a solo agent, you want to mix your personal. So people want to see a personal side of you. They don't want to just see business, but you want to show that personal touch. So you want to put, if, for example, I put here, a lover of fine wine, homes, and I like to run. So you can put that. You can put a hashtag as well. Hashtags are good to help you identify all the other posts that you put a hashtag on for running. And so this is a good way to get followers to see that as well. And then line 3 is, how can someone contact you? Your Instagram business profile has a call to action button already to call you. However, you can put it here as well, because sometimes people don't see that button. And so you can put your phone number and your email, and also emojis. Emojis are important because it offers visualization for your bio, and puts in colors. And so I strongly encourage you just put emojis that match the words that you're putting here. So obviously, if I put fine wine, I want to put an emoji of wine. And if you don't know what emoji, I have some resources here. It's an emoji like dictionary, and you can look up here. Or you can use your phone if you're on your phone. And then another big thing is, you see this line right here, right here. So sometimes people, instead of putting this line, they would put or, and then the email or whatever they want to put here. Don't put or. Just, I like to use these separation lines. I forget what it's called, but it's on your keyboard or it's on your phone as well. But this is a good way to separate two different ideas or things. And then again, line 4 is your call to action, or what we call your CTA. Carrie, let me know if they have any questions on the chat. I can't really see it, that's why, but yeah, just stop me.
Sure. Well, Isabella, is asking, do we have to display our RB number on her personal Instagram page, and what are the rules?
That's a good question. From what I heard, you have to put your license number. It's a gray area. Honestly, I think you should consult with the broker, but we'll find out. I'll find out for you. I know the posts that like you're putting a just sold post or something on your stories, you should have your license number on there, and then the brokerage number license on there as well. But as for your profile itself, I see a lot of agents without it. I do see some with it. So that's a good question, but I'll clear it up with Jennifer. So.
And hot off the presses from Jen, I would say yes, we should all have it. If it's your business one, you should have your RB number on there. And it's a great time to, if you are running with something, we want to all be compliant. This is a great time to make updates. As Alan had pointed out, I'm new to the Market Center Tech Trainer role by a couple of months, and my Instagram profile still shows my prior team info. Thanks, Alan.
That's it. Yeah. So better safe than sorry. So you can put your license number here. I know it makes it look kind of ugly, to be honest, but better safe than sorry. So you just put it here, or try to make it blend in as well. So wherever you feel like it might fit best. And then again, line 4 is your call to action. So check out homes here. You want to direct people to your website because you want them to put information. You want to collect their information, right? If you don't have a call to action on your bio, then you're pretty much, you're not really doing this justice. All of this work is pretty much for nothing. So you gotta have people, gotta direct them someplace. And so you can either create a landing page or just direct them to your website. I highly encourage a landing page, because as soon as that landing page pops up, they have to put in their information. And then from there, you'll get an email and stuff. So that's where I get a lot of my leads from, is randomly, like 10 o'clock at night, I will get this, you got a new buyer lead from my website, and I wonder where they came from. And then on my website shows that it came from my Instagram. And so how did I make this link? So my website is actually www.theuluteam.com. And so there's a website here called bit.ly.com. If you go here, you put in your website link and it will give you a shortened link like this. And so that's just if you have a long website name, okay? Let's see, any questions on the foundation or a quick template of your Instagram profile? Okay.
For those of you that are dual wielding your screens right now, I mean, there's no harm in, like, as this is coming, and again, Daniel mentioned sharing the presentation with you, but I have my other screen running and I just made updates to my Instagram while we're talking. So there's like best practices that you can grab and change and do, like, yeah, just do it a little bit every day.
Thanks, Gary.
Yeah, multitasking, me too. I'm doing the same thing.
So now we want to create a strong brand aesthetic, right? Because on Instagram, looks matter a lot. And I like to say Instagram is like my artwork. It's also my resume. And so when people go there, they can see, my personal life, my accomplishments, and what's going on currently. And so, our social network is entirely based on visual content. It's the colors that you use, the words that you put in, the captions, it all matters. And it represents your overall brand. So say, Keller Williams is, the color scheme is red. And so you don't have to have a red color scheme. You choose, what color you want. And so just go off that. And so even though Keller Williams logo is, you see here, red and black, we have logos that are white or full on black that you could use that will blend in with your color scheme. So say your color scheme is pink. And you want to make flyers, you want to do posts with your pink color scheme because visually you like it better and that's your overall brand representation. Go ahead and use that color scheme and then use the white or black logos that we provide to go with it, because you wouldn't want a pink color scheme with this, right? Because it just will throw it all off. But yeah, we have white or black logos that you can use to go with your marketing. And remember, just, first impression counts. As soon as someone goes on your profile, they see, your beautifully crafted file template, all your posts that are just, flows perfectly. And so it just attracts them and they, might follow you. So, and again, visualize your Instagram as a public resume, ultimately, yeah. Coming down to story highlights. This is another big one that a lot of people might be confused or not how to use, probably don't know how to use properly. And so this is sort of like your part of your profile on your bio. It's right below your template here. So this Instagram post I got, Instagram profile I got from Headspace, which is this meditation app. And I always thought their posts and their color schemes were really nice and attractive. And so just remember the highlights is basically a way to save stories that you have posted on here. So this is where your stories, and stories, they only last for like 24 hours. But you ever had like a story that you really liked and got a lot of attention and you just want to keep it? This highlights let you do that. And so you can save it here. And so I'm going to show you quickly how to do these to make these cover photos for your highlights, as well as what you should put here as well, okay? Again, these highlights are the best way to save your 24-hour stories that you lost. So let's go ahead and quickly go over that. But before we go over how to do the highlights, I want to talk about Canva. So if anyone here has used Canva or haven't used Canva, I strongly recommend, start using it now. It's very user-friendly. It's a design tool for you to build, your templates, flyers, postcard, even stories. Actually, this presentation comes from Canva. I built my presentation off of Canva. And so it's, a really cost-effective way to do your own marketing instead of paying someone else to do it. And it's free as well with some limitations. But then as for little as $15 a month, I think, you get the full service. And yep, and it automatically saves all your designs. Say you have, you create a just sold post on Instagram and you wanna, you have another just sold next week, you can save the same template and you just transfer all the photos from the new just sold and just copy and paste and then everything is done. So great tool to use. And let's go and talk about why you should use it and how it's going to help you. So this is quickly how we create highlights and archive stories. So remember I was telling you how to, so every time you post a story on Instagram, it disappears, but not always. It goes into an archive. And so I'm going to quickly show you how to bring that story back and to put it back into your highlight. And so if you watch this video here, quickly, sorry, 1 second. I'm going to quickly show you how to make a cover photo for that highlight. 1 second. Okay, can you guys see that? This is the this is Canva, guys. Canva is such an amazing tool because literally you can look up any template. So we're gonna I want to create a highlight story cover. Look at that. It already tells me, it already gives me the dimensions, the pixels, and all I have to do. And so you see all these templates you can use. And so you can go in and create or modify it to your own brand. And so let's just try to use this for now. So I don't want these rainbows, but I want to delete that. I want to put a house because I just sold my listing and I want to, so you go elements is where you can find all these images. And I'm not kidding, but you have thousands of images available to you. I can type in real estate and you got all these, cool. So most of them are free if you're on the free version. If you pay for the pro version, it's like 15 bucks a month. And then you get all the extra images you can use. So I want to put a house here. So let's go on this one. So this would be on my cover highlight, guys. And then I want to make it purple. Okay. So then I just download it. I save it, download. And then going back to the other video. And don't worry, I'm going to give you guys instructions from a website on how to do this using Canva. And so if you feel like you're getting lost, we're going to send you the step-by-step instruction. So let's go back to my other screen. Okay, so you see here how I got that house there now. So I went and, you go here, you put add a new highlight. I want to select a story from the past that I want to use. I'm going to put this one, which is my just listed property. I'm going to create just listed. I'm going to choose that photo I just made as my cover photo because that's what's going to appear on the front. I'm going to put just listed. Then boom, you see how that's right here? And then now when someone clicks on my profile, they'll see the just listed property that came on the market. And that will always stay here. And so you see I have my buyer tips from stories from the past, my market news, life is good is more my, just personal side of me, and then just sold for my, buyers and sellers that I just sold properties on. So this is a great way to save your stories, yeah. And so people can go back and look at it. Any questions on that, guys? I know it's a lot to take in, but. Okay, now let's go over to, that was the highlight. So again, following simple guidelines is, making it clear that you're a real estate agent on your profile. Where you work, you can put, your company or, the location, general location, and also how to get in contact with you. Some people might not message you on Facebook, on Instagram, they might not hit that message button up there. And so, provide your phone number and an email in your bio, and also that call to action, which is the most important one to your website, which is the fourth line. That's important as well. Any questions? So this is all the websites that we mentioned. This will tell you about exact details on how to optimize your profile with the Canva, and then also the Instagram highlights, how to build that cover photo on Canva, how to shorten your link, and then the emoji library. Any questions, or you want me to go over anything from the slides, guys? But basically, all we wanted to talk about just quickly how to build, your Instagram profile. Oh, and one lastly, I forgot to mention is, I think I did already though, but just the, the color scheme, your visual of what you want to go off of that represents your brand is the most important thing. You don't want all these different colors on your Instagram profile. And let me quickly show you about, I'm going to give you some examples from some other agents in different markets and how their profile is all set up. I think you'll
Well, Daniel's pulling that up. If I can be of any encouragement, because it's mainly like mine or more so with my kids and stuff. It seems like a lot, and it might seem like a totally different language to maybe what you're used to right now. If I could be of any encouragement, like the main thing is you just get started. Like do something small, take one little step at a time with posting, creating a post, and then work into the social stories. I think people engage with when you're real. Like right now, I couldn't create something. Daniel's one is super nice. So
I need to add my license though.
and you're right. So everybody starts somewhere. So if you do one thing today and continue to build, and when you really track with these people on social media, you'll see their branding kind of evolve and change over time. So be real, be yourself, and just get started.
Yeah, that's so my final, the profile I have right now, it took probably a year for me to finalize. I always went back and made edits to it. I saw other agents, and I thought, oh, I like that idea. So I went back and took their idea. So definitely like go through, other agents' profile, take my ideas from me myself as well, but explore it. I mean, grab those ideas from those profiles and use it for but rebrand it in your own way. And so here I have this team out in Spokane, Washington. And so you can see how, they have their cover highlights, story highlights. And then so they talk about each, their team, their family, travel. So you don't have to have this all about real estate. You can, customize it to your own, liking, yeah. And then so, they see how they stick with the same color scheme with the brown. But they also talk about, their buyers, their family, offer accepted. But you see how everything just flows really nicely. That's something you can do as well. And this is a Headspace, which is the app I was telling you about. Just visually, it's very attractive profiles, yeah. And then this is the bit.ly I was telling you about to shorten your link. So you go here and you add your link, say, to create it. It should come up here. Yeah, this is it. And you copy and you paste it to your new profile. Any questions, guys, on anything? I hope that was helpful in terms of starting up your profile.
All of you out there, have you guys using it currently or wanting to get started? I know this is setting up the profile, and maybe, like Daniel said, maybe that, next time we'll put something together where we can definitely talk about, are you using a hashtag or an @ or, engaging with the different posts and making edits on the stories and whatnot, but definitely wanted to set a good foundation for those just getting started.
Yeah, definitely just more of a foundation kind of thing, guys. And so once you create your profile, you set the foundation. If you guys want, we can go into, more into depth of the stories, how to actually, attract people to your profile, and how to just, create that, awareness, brand awareness as well as, touching your sphere through Instagram without even have to calling them. And that's what's great about social media is, you can sleep at night and they'll still be working for you on your behalf. So, but.
Great information, Daniel. I appreciate it. A lot of the things that you shared, we had it for our team, but it was also the personal side of it. And so just, that reiteration that it makes a big difference when, yes, you're doing it as a team, but tell the world, right?
Yeah.
And share it and just seeing how much of a difference it's going to make. So I'm
looking
forward to that.
And I love you, Rochelle. You guys have a unique brand, the chocolate thing. And so you guys really have good leverage on that.
Awesome. Thank you.
If we need more help setting up, I don't think I have a business one. I'm not sure what I have. I set it up. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. We could definitely help you figure out what you have. Normally it would say on the top if it's a business professional account on the main profile page. But yeah, normally when you start your first Instagram, it automatically puts into a personal. So most likely you might have a personal account right now, unless you manually switch it. So, any other questions, guys? Yeah.
You have an email?
Yeah. Put my email here. I'm looking forward to seeing all you guys' profiles in a week. Don't worry, mine's I'm always perfecting it every time. So it's always changing. So I don't feel like you're not doing a good job. It takes some time. So, but.
And then continue to play. Canva's a great resource. And then we also want to, if you guys are spending some time in digging around in designs as well, right? Like, I don't know where to start, or I don't feel like I'm artsy enough. Like, Keller Williams has tons of templates in there that you can go in, and those just listed and just so it's find the feel that you like, and switch out the house and put your information in there. So lots of tools available to you, and which makes it sometimes overwhelming.
Yep.
So I think we got a great group in here today. Like follow Daniel and Rochelle and any one of us on Instagram and email and message, and we can all help each other get better. And
so yeah, Instagram, guys, you see how this animation, all of this can be done on your own. It's super easy. You don't need to hire someone to do it. But this is for stories. You see how the dimensions are shaped like a story. And so you want to use this dimension because it's built to be posted on the story. And so that's why, Canva has all these templates and stuff. And so, yeah, definitely take advantage of Canva as well as Command Designs. Both are great resources. So, any questions, guys? If you have any other questions, then I think Carrie, we're going to email them all the information and links and stuff.
Absolutely. We'll get a recap. We'll share the presentation slides so you guys can go to work. We'll get some quick links in there as well. There's a couple people that we follow on YouTube. And so when you're writing contracts in the middle of the night, kind of need a break and step away, but you still can't go to sleep, you can pull up the YouTube channel and figure out what people are doing out there and do some extra fun stuff.
Yeah, and then if this was helpful, I guess the next class we can talk about stories or what to post, go more into depth with that if you guys want. Okay.
Thank you, guys. And just to make sure there's a shout out in the timing of these, there's so much training going on with Keller Williams and International, and know that Zach Younger, our regional tech trainer, does first Wednesdays and third Mondays. And so not just to bombard everybody with information, we're wanting to drive people there because he does some really amazing things in Command that are top of mind for people, and Facebook ads and different things. And then what our Tech Fridays will be the alternating. So we'll see you guys. Maybe we'll do a part 2 on the Instagram 2 weeks from now.
And I'll go into more on Facebook after that too. So
thank you guys for the time.
Hey,
Have
guys.
a wonderful weekend.